see for Roofing Day. You know what? We have not been on streaming today because we've been so busy. It has been a full day of talking to congressmen and women, and so we wanted to get some expert recap, really where you bring the experts in and we take down the day. So we have invited Will Lorenz with General Coatings and Frank with SPFA to talk to us about how your day was. So let's start out. I didn't do a great job in that introduction, so can you introduce yourself and tell us about your association?
Thank you, Heidi. Frank Mortl, third Executive Director of SPFA, the Spray Polyurethane Foam Alliance. Really excited not only to be here at Roofing Day, but to collaborate with everyone in the roofing industry. This is my second Roofing Day, high energy, as you can see perhaps behind us, and all throughout the day. A lot of excitement to be here on the Hill and to advocate for all of the important issues that have to do within the roofing industry.
It's so good. And Will?
Hi, I'm Will Lorenz with General Coatings, the manufacturer of spray polyurethane foam and roofing systems. Just glad to be here. I think I'm on 6 or 7 roofing days. It's always great to show a consistent face and be here in front of our representatives and senators and tell them how important it is, the NRCA's mission, and getting in front of them, talking about the issues of labor issues and tax policy issues that we did today. So we can resonate to all of our members what's important.
Yeah, and okay, well, you are on the board of SPFA, you're on the board for NRCA, and you're on government relations, or you're part of board, however we say that. But you are on government relations and with James Ellsworth, and you guys are always talking about these issues and deciding the issues that we're going to be talking about coming in here. Talk a little bit about that and how much time and effort goes from the industry in really on the topics that we want to talk about during Roofing Day.
So the focus is always with NRCA is to grow the opportunities, and to grow the opportunities for the roofing contractors. We have to have sufficient labor. We have to have high quality employees that are well trained. So we have to have funding for CTE training. We have to have equitable policies on taxes so that small businesses, like most of the contractors are, they can participate and be effective against some of the large corporations that are out there. Some of these tax policies have been so disruptive and so challenging for the small business who really are the engines of success for America.
So true. So today, this is your second roofing day.
Yes.
How did it go? Who did you see? Kind of give us a little bit of a recap of the day.
Sure. In Michigan, we have a brand new senator, a freshman, Alyssa Slotkin. We also have a Congresswoman, Lisa McClain, that we met with. Senator Gary Peters, as well as Haley Stevens, a Congresswoman. And really, the theme is bipartisanship. We were so excited to have a number of good talking points from the NRCA. They deliver all of these elements for us to meet, not only in person, but to be effective advocates. That's a nice thing that Will and I, and you mentioned before, Heidi, Will's role on our Government Affairs Committee as the chair at SPFA. It's really important for us to not only convey and identify the needs of the contractor community, but to be here in person. We can send a ton of emails, phone calls. You can't beat not only talking with these legislators face to face so they can understand the issues, but to be here to answer their questions. And they asked some darn good ones today as well.
That is good. Really great conversation.
They really were.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it wasn't just a one-way street.
Right.
We were able to take in some of their questions, their concerns, identify how it all fits in the big picture, particularly when it comes to roofing, keeping folks safe and keeping folks dry. We told them over and over, if it has a structure where their voters live and go to work, if it has a roof, if it doesn't have a roof, it's a fence.
Yeah.
So at this point, we need to be there, and there are so many of these reasons why these elected officials understand the important advocacy efforts of the NRCA.
I love that. Will, how was your day? Give us a little bit of a download.
Oh, our day was really good. We got to see Jim Costa, who was representative for us in Fresno, long-time congressman, a person that's always welcomed us and seen us there and understood the NRCA's mission. He's been very open to a lot of our concerns with regard to policies with regard to labor and having access to trades, training, and so forth. And so we appreciate the opportunity to meet with him. We saw a number of other California Assembly people that were open to the dialogues, mostly on the Republican side, on the tax policy issues. So we hope with the reconciliation going on that they're going to get stronger consideration on those issues, tax and
Main
policy,
Street.
Main Street, and and also the policies with regard to R&D expensing.
Yes.
And so, those are all good. We went to see the California senators. They're quite busy, but we had great talks with their staff, and hope that our issues resonate with them. Certainly, the labor issues do with a blue state like California.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to ask you about from being from California was this morning we had your representative from California, and I thought he did a spectacular job. He was so good. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, so this morning Lou Correa from the Santa Ana area, Southern California, sort of northern Orange County, spoke. And he's a very down-to-earth guy who's come from very humble roots, worked his way up. He talked about his activities, which are just for, everyday Americans. So, I resonated well with him. After the speech that he gave or discussion, I went up and shook his hand and took a picture with him. Just proud to see that there's really bipartisanship happening. He talked about that, generally out of 80% of the members, they all get together and break bread. And so it's not really as contentious as sometimes the media portrays. It's really are trying to find common solutions that we all want to see. So it was good.
He was inspirational. I was like, okay, we have hope. He's like bringing all this together, and on both sides of the alley, I just thought it was so good. Okay, one of the things I wanted to talk about with both of you is one of our initiatives, and you brought it up, was on 179 on energy efficiency for buildings, and then also our research and development, R&D, getting funding for that to make sure we have energy, redundancy, durability, all of those kind of things. So I was like, whoa, SPFA, spray foam, this is the perfect
It's right in our sweet spot, isn't it?
Yes, talk about that.
Well, it resonated. That's a term that Will's been using, and I agree with not only the elected officials, but with the entire contingency here. There's a coordinated effort leading up to Roofing Day to allow us as those advocates to be fully educated. And again, when we are in those meeting rooms with either the legislative, the elected legislator themselves or their staff, boy, who would dare pass up on anything involving energy efficiency, the Perkins tax credit? Perhaps we can increase that to $70 million. That was discussed today as well. There's just a number of different issues. And again, when we're looking to reach across the aisle, really produce democracy as it was meant to be, working together and not being so fractured like we see in the media. That's not necessarily the case here in DC, but until you get in, understand what it means to get your hands dirty in the eyes of these types of elected officials, there really can be some work done to make our industry better.
We heard the same thing, and I mean, we are in our visits all day for Oregon, so it was a lot of Democrats. We had a lot of support for all of our issues, and I think that that's really important. One of the things, when you talk about the R&D tax credits and really the money, the funding that we're looking for that, your company, Will, you do so much research and development. You have solved so many problems when it comes to energy efficiency. How important is that to have all of us here, advocating for that and what you all do?
Well, our products are spray foam insulation materials and roofing products. And so we're constantly doing fire testing, we're doing energy thermal conductivity testing, we're doing all sorts of things to improve the products themselves, but also the end users. And we talked to the folks in California, particularly the senators, about the recent activity on the fires, the terrible fires, and that, the need for hardening those houses and so forth to get better prevention for things. And spray foam can be a part of that solution if we can put in unvented attics and seal up those spaces so the embers don't get in. You've got a great insulating product that is also hardening the home and building structure, so it's more durable in those prone fire areas.
I have to tell you, this year at the Spray Foam conference, which was in January, I was blown away with the projects, the award winners, all that went on. Such a great job. And really, for the industry, really understanding spray foam and how to diversify your business and bring that in, right here.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that. There are a number of different layers. Of course, we have an educational track on a number of different themes, including roofing. But we'll be in Las Vegas next year in March. We'll be at the Westgate Hotel again. It's where we broke all of our records, not only for attendance, but for the field exams for our professional certification programs, which of course we're also very proud of and have roofing components with that. So we're really looking forward to a bright future.
I'm telling you what, if you want to diversify your business and bring spray foam into it, this is where you need to be next March in Las Vegas, because you can get your crew certified, you can get the training you need between now and then. It's what the country is looking for when it comes to energy efficiency and sustainability. So, gentlemen,
Thank you, Heidi.
thank you so much. Thank you for all you do for the industry. Thank you for all you do for the industry. And this has just been a great day.
Yeah, it's an honor to be a part of
the opportunity.
NRCA and SPFA and to help serve the members and help them, achieve successful businesses that give back so much to the community. It's just really great organization to be a part of, and you need to be involved. If you're not a member, you need to join, be active, and come out to the SPFA next year.
That's right. We're a resource. We're always available to answer any questions. We have the experts, like Will, and almost 100 volunteers on our technical and administrative committees.
When you talk roofing respect and you talk today, I am so proud to be a part of the roofing industry. It is really, we are representing, and thank you all for watching this. We're going to be back with more download coming your way, so stay tuned.